All right, great Thursday morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. In with our 15 minutes to mastery, where we come in each and every day to get you some information, inspiration, and motivation to get your day started off on the right foot. And sorry, running late today. We had a call that ran a little longer than expected. Early morning call, but we're in here nonetheless to be able to get you a little bit of insight. What today we're talking about construction. We're talking about wall panels. No, it's not that type of paneling, right? So you may have run across this in the past where you'll have a client that tells you, I just don't want the paneling. And sometimes we're left scratching our head like, what paneling are you talking about? Um, you know, it's all sheetrock, but we're going to run through what is actually going through the customer's mind, because a lot of times, especially when you're talking about VOG, vinyl on gypsum, a lot of people that are new to the manufactured home industry, new to coming in and seeing these homes, or people maybe that owned a manufactured home decades ago and are looking at getting a manufactured home now, think that the homes are made with paneling. And so we want to be able to address that and address it in a manner that's going to be provide the information that the customer needs so that they can get that doubt out of their head, right? We need to be convincing. We need to provide the correct information. We need to help them understand, because that's going to add to the value of your home when you let them, or when they continue to think that, or you don't address those things, that in their mind is devaluing the home that you are selling. And that's not what you want, right? So, what is the big deal? What is going on? Well, here's the thing, right? So, for those of you that maybe remember or not, okay, there used to be something that looked like this, okay, on the walls, and that's that wall panel. It was either like a quarter-inch, eighth-inch thick. I don't know how these people got a picture of my house, and it's online now where I grew up, but I'm just joking, right? But anyway, so what that was is it went on the walls. They put up the studs, and that there was a little thin piece of wood, okay, prefabricated, and it was different. There were different textures, different colors, different everything for it. But low eighth inch, quarter inch that would go on the walls, and then over time, what would happen? It either start falling apart, or it'd get soft and you could push on it. And I remember because I grew up in a house that had that stuff in it, right? A lot of my friends did as well back in the day. And so to customers, when they see that vinyl on gypsum, when they don't see the texture that they're used to, right? A lot of them start to think that is panel, that VOG, vinyl on gypsum. They think it's paneling. And so they refer to it as paneling. I don't want the paneling. And that's why it's so important that you're able to help them understand that it's not paneling, that it's actually sheetrock. It's either a 3/8 inch sheetrock or a half-inch sheetrock on your walls. It just has vinyl over it. Vinyl, and everywhere that those batten strips are, the little strips in between, right, as you go along the wall, is just where the sheetrock butts up to one another. And that's normally when you have texture, that's where they would tape and float, put the mud over it, texture it, paint. That's where those batten strips are at. That's why a lot of clients, what they'll do to save themselves money is they'll purchase the home VOG, and then down the road, they'll come in and texture it themselves and paint it for a lot less than if they would get it from the factory that way. And for all you factory reps out there, man, I'm not trying to take the business away. I'm just stating the facts. Okay. I know I did it as general manager, as sales manager, just a housing consultant. I sold plenty of homes that way. Or some factories would offer what they call just green board, not green board. I forget what it's called, but in other words, they would send it without the vinyl. They just put the sheetrock up, and then the customer could come in and texture it after. They did away with that once COVID came, because they had to ramp up production and whatnot. But those are different ways that it could get done. But back to the point at hand, okay? That is paneling. that wood grain look that you see back here and in that bar top area. Beautiful chair. I still have that chair right now, folks. All right. It's sitting in our living room right here. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But anyway, that is paneling. What you have on your homes is vinyl on gypsum. If you don't have texture, if you don't have drywall, right, the texture knocked down and painted, it is a vinyl cover that goes on the gypsum or on the sheetrock. You have to understand and help them understand that our construction is different. We use wall panels. We use engineered wall panels. And what are engineered wall panels? Okay. Well, an engineered wall panel is this. Okay. It is just what the name says. It's engineered. It is drawn up on a computer program based on the floor plan of that home. They take the floor plan, they put it into this program, and this program takes in consideration the way the roof is designed, the weight that's coming down on the roof, and how it's going to come down. And then they take into consideration the window openings, the door openings, and it lays out exactly how all the studs have to be put in and over the base plates and the top plates, headers, the whole works. Okay. So wall panel, studs, right? Header. Then you got your king jacks right here, king jack studs, double studs around the. This looks to be it's probably going to be a door that's going in this area right here. Okay, this right here, my friends, is a wall panel. This is paneling. We don't have paneling in our manufactured homes. Okay, you have wall panels. Big difference, and they are engineered wall panels. So what does that mean? That means, like I said, they put them through a computer program. They put the floor plan in there, and it designs based on the roof loads and everything that's going to go into it. They design how these walls need to be laid out, and then they build them through a machine. That's how they build these wall panels, and then they put them up. They start framing up the walls. You see them right here, right? They start framing up the walls. They'll put the sheetrock on there, and then everything gets finished out as they go along. The great thing about it is they also use roof trusses, right? So you see these roof trusses up here. Now, your wall studs, you got to keep in consideration is this, right? The wall studs, the wall panels, all your exterior walls, the walls are framed at 16 inches on center. The interior, like what you see in here in this picture, the inside walls, the majority of them are going to be 2 feet on center, 24 inches apart between the studs, because on the inside, you don't have any weight that's coming in on the walls inside the home. And so what happens is, because of these roof trusses that you see in this other picture, this right here, these are designed to take the weight from the roof all the way to the outside walls, not the inside. If you ever get to go to a factory tour or you get to go to a truss plant, you'll see where these trusses are built in a manner that when they lay them up, they are going to take the weight all the way to the outside. That's how they're designed to do. Now, sometimes on double wides, what they'll do is they split it up so that marriage line where the house comes together, that's carrying weight also. Okay, because the truss sits there and it sits on the outside, on the exterior wall. But other than that, especially on your single wides, they go out to out. And that's why your exterior walls are at 16 inches on center. The studs are. And on your interior walls, they're at 24 inches on center. But they are still engineered. And an engineered wood product is so much better than just coming in and framing right from the get-go, as you would see done on a lot of site-built homes, especially on the custom home side. I'm not saying it's bad design. I used to design build homes like that for years here in Texas myself before getting into manufactured homes. So it's still going to be great. It's just the cost to frame up a house when you're not using engineered wood panels is so much more than what it is to go the route of the engineered wood panel. So going back to the beginning, customer comes in and says, hey, I don't want paneling. Well, guess what? Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Customer. We don't have paneling in our homes. You don't have to worry about that at all, okay? Because what we have are wall panels. And these wall panels are engineered wall panels. And so we take your floor plan for your home and we go ahead and run it through a software program that designs the layout and the structural integrity of each and every section of wall within your home so that we make sure that it is carrying the weight from the roof out to the walls, down to our steel frame, which then distributes that through the floor joist and down onto the piers that go in under your home. We take every bit of structural integrity necessary in the design of your home. But it is a wall panel. It is not paneling. Every one of our walls is covered with sheetrock. And what you should do is this, especially if you're in double wides and you have that trim kit. If you've got the trim kit within the home somewhere, I know a lot of you retailers keep the trim kit inside the house, maybe in a secondary bedroom or in one of the larger closets. I would always take your customer, take your customer to wherever that trim kit is and show them that extra piece or two pieces of sheetrock that are in there that come with the house so that they can see that it is actually drywall and it just has that vinyl cover on it, and explain to them that vinyl cover is there simply to make it easy to maintain the home, keep it clean, be able to wipe down the walls, especially for families that have children, right? But if you wanted to texture it down the road, you could, because it is drywall. All you have to do is remove the batten strips, tape and float, primer, texture, and apply your paint. Lots of families do that. But you do not have paneling. You have engineered wall panels that are custom designed in the factory for your particular house, right? So how do we feature benefit this? How can we feature benefit and tie down on the wall panels? Somebody brings it up. I kind of briefly went into it here just a couple minutes ago, but we're going to run through this. Somebody brings it up. I'm telling you this. I, as a sales consultant, as a professional housing consultant, always, and as I moved up, right, always took in consideration that was going to be a question that came at me. I love structural design. That's actually my background. It's actually what I went to school for was structural engineering. But that's why I geek out on that stuff when I get into the construction of the home. Not everybody has the same information at hand in here, right? But you should have the basics, and this is one of them, especially because so many people are concerned with the construction of the homes. So being able to feature, benefit, and tie down on wall panels, you should do it each and every time. Not wait until somebody brings it up. You address it with them when you're going over the construction of the homes, right? And the easiest way to do it is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, a lot of my clients typically have they have a question with regards to the construction of our homes, especially when it comes to the structural integrity of the home. Is it going to last? Is it well built? And those are great questions. You probably do as well. And one of the main things is a lot of our clients wonder how our walls are framed out, or in other words, what's covering the walls, what's keeping them up. Sometimes they get confused thinking that, they've heard the term paneling in the past. And to me, paneling is that little wood that would go over a wall on the inside. Back in the 70s and early 80s, you had that stuff, and before that, right? But I want you to know each and every one of our homes, whatever home you're going to see here today, actually all have drywall in them. Even the ones that don't have texture on them, when we have that vinyl, all it is a vinyl cover. And I'll show you inside the house. It's a vinyl cover on the drywall to make it easy to maintain the home, keep it clean. You can wipe that down with a sponge, right? And some warm water and get that cleaned up. But every one of our walls, what I can tell you is this: each and every one of the walls in that home, in any home we walk into, whether it's the outside walls, inside walls, they're all engineered. They're designed specifically for your home. We take the floor plan, we run it through a software program that calculates all the weight that's coming from the roof down through the house, onto the steel frame, and down into the foundation of your home. Because As I mentioned to you before, all of our homes are designed to a HUD standard, and HUD has a safety and design criteria that we have to meet as a manufacturer, or the manufacturer has to meet when constructing these homes. So all of these homes are built to the HUD code. All your outside walls are at 16 inches on center, and the majority of the inside walls are at 24 inches on center. Some of them are 16 as well if they do have some weight coming in, but I'm going to run through that when we get out there. Now, I do have a question for you though. Knowing now how these homes are built, would you even consider going into a home that did not take your floor plan and actually calculate all the weight that was coming down through the roof and through your home to make sure that not only your house is going to last you through the years and be a well-built home, but also maintain the safety for your family? I'm sure it wouldn't even be something you would consider. And that's why I'm glad that you came here to me, because each and every one of the homes that we're going to walk through have engineered wall panels in them, which makes your house not only safer, but better built, which is going to last you longer, which is going to help increase the resale value of your home should you ever decide in the future to sell the home, because maybe you're moving, taking on a different house, whatever the situation may be. So congratulations. I just want to let you know you made the right choice in coming here to see us, because you're going to love what we have in store for you. That is something that you want to talk about at the beginning to help ease their mind as far as the construction of these homes, especially when it comes to walls. They may already know, but a lot of them don't. And the fact that you, quote unquote, beat them to the punch and actually address it before they bring it up, or maybe they don't even bring it up at all, and they start to then have that concern, they have that doubt, like I mentioned. And when you go and ask for the business, they're not telling you that they're worried about the walls. They're just telling you, hey, we're going to think about it, because that never got addressed. So take that into consideration. I hope this information helps. And if we can do anything more for you to provide you a little more info on the construction of the homes, when it comes to, especially when it comes to wall paneling, engineered roof trusses, wall panels, the floor systems in the homes, the steel frames, all of that, we are here to help you here at Manufactured Home Sales Master, because we want to make sure that we provide you everything that you need to take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. That's what it's about. Empowering you to go out and empower your clients so they can make that decision on day one. You guys have a great Thursday. Get ready, man. We're getting on the weekend. Selling Saturday is almost here, right? And we're getting ready ourselves for the next 3 or 4 weeks of travel, 4 or 5 weeks really of traveling. And so excited to get that done, but enjoying the time home right now. But we're always here to help. Reach out. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.